welcome to Woodbridge Channel's coverage of high school sports. Tonight we're at the gym in Colonia High School for a Middlesex County boys basketball tournament game between the host Colonia Patriots and the visiting Woodbridge Barons. I'm John McCormick, your full-time mayor and part-time wannabe sports announcer. I'm joined by John Mitch, our full-time township clerk. Also a wannabe sports guy, and he's a father today of one of the players on the Colonia team. John, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor. Welcome back to Colonia.
Yes. Should be a good matchup. These two teams split 2 games, as you and I were just talking about. Woodbridge won by about 3, and Colonia won by about 3, so they're 1-1. Tipping off is number 35, Danny Thermitis, against number 35,
Christopher
Chris Sika. And Sika wins it. Nope, he looked like he won it. Ball over to number 11 now. That's Kenny Ibernike. He's a senior. Number 1 is Kyrie Henry. Number 21 is downloaded Thermitis, and he's up and in. Get to the rest of the players for Woodbridge. Number 21 is Matthew Bader, and number 23 is Kamari Persol. You want to give us the Colonia lineup there, Johnny?
Now you got Frankie Lehman, senior here at Colonia, point guard. Number 11, number 1, Luke Valeriano. Number 35, Chris Sika, as you mentioned. Number 2, Christian Chapman. And number 21, Connor Bevilacqua, the starting 5 for Colonia.
Colonia comes in at 12-8 with the 7th seed in the tournament. Woodbridge comes in at 12-9 with the 10th seed in the tournament. All alone, nope, too far down low, didn't have it. Back out to Sika. Nope, no backcourt. Good play by Sika, keeping it in. There
we go.
Ibernike is not a guy we've seen a lot of. We've done a lot of games for Woodbridge. We've not seen Ibernike. I'll explain why in a minute. He's playing. Picked off. Here comes Henry. Nowhere to pass it to. He went up with the ball. A nice pass down to Valeriano. Up and in. Tie game. The first game, right? You were here. Didn't you do the game with me? Was Woodbridge big lead, then Colonia caught up?
I did.
Woodbridge, a bad break, not having Curtis Nesbitt. He has a concussion. He's missed the last 3 games, and he is a good player. They will miss Nesbitt. Bader up, no good. Rebound.
Christian Chapman.
Chapman had an awesome game that day. Him and Valeriano are 2 really good players there at the guard spot. Well, so is Lehman.
Yeah.
Lehman pops, no good. Rebound, Thermitis. Also missing for Woodbridge is Keyshawn Glover. Last 4 games, Coach Guglielmo said he was leading the team in everything, but he had school issues and he's not playing. So 2 really good starters for Woodbridge are out. And that's why you normally see Persol and Thermitis and Henry, but that's why you're seeing Bader and Ibernike. Bader loses it, keeps it in.
Close.
Little trouble. Gets it over to Henry.
Foul by Frank Lehman, number 11 for Colonia.
Of course, Frankie didn't think so, but whoever thinks they fouled? Do you ever see anybody say, yep, that's me, just give it to me? I mean, you do sometimes. Bader will take it out. See what I was saying before? This is they should not let people walk in front of this bench just like they do in hockey games. They should be stopping the traffic while the game is going on. It's dangerous, really. I got to talk to the AD or the principal or somebody to suggest that. We got cops here. It's easy to direct the traffic. Long range, Kamari Persol. It's in. It's a 3. And Woodbridge opens up a 5-2 lead now. Full court press. Or I should say pressure in the backcourt. And timeout, was that? What was the call?
It wasn't a timeout. I thought at first he went out, but he didn't.
It's a foul on number 1.
Number 1.
That's Valeriano. I didn't see it.
It was, yeah, but it was on Woodbridge.
Oh, Woodbridge number 1. That's Henry. Okay.
Right.
What am I saying? Yeah, Colonia has the ball. There's Bevilacqua to Lehman. Blocked by Thermitis. It's tough going up against that big dude.
Yeah.
Here comes Ubernique, gets it down low to Thermitis, up and no good. Rebound, Colonia. Boy, Sika's right there, and the little guy comes in and sneaks the rebound. Yeah. Sika Thermitis was a great matchup the last time these two played, but then the whole fourth quarter, neither played.
Right.
I don't remember. I remember commenting on it, but I still don't know why. But you guess, you play matchups.
He's going to go in. Nope, he's short.
Looked like he might have been blocked again by Thermitis. Lehman. Here comes Chapman right down the middle, up and no good. Rebound, Thermitis. He is a force underneath, man. Comes Persall. Out to Bader. Bader drives. Down low to Thermitis. Out to Ubernique. No good. Sika with the rebound. Fast-paced game here. Low-scoring game. No good.
Nope, it's off. Bevilacqua, who just missed that shot, probably leads Colonia in three-point shots.
Looking if they have, it doesn't say three-pointers. Points per game. Valeriano has 13, Lehman 11, Bevilacqua 9. Doesn't say 8 for Baker, 6 for Sika, 7 for Tim Carroll, 10 for Chapman. Doesn't say about three-pointers, though.
Yeah.
But I think you might be right.
Yeah,
shot.
Especially when he's on. Nice shot, number 11, Woodbridge.
Ubernique. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Pressure now in the backcourt again by Woodbridge. They get it across. Here's Bevilacqua. Fierce defense by both teams. Yeah. In the game now is number 34, Chad Baker. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's new to the school.
He's not a starter. Is he new to the school? Yeah, here comes Valeriano. No good. Didn't follow. Lehman gets it. Long range Lehman, no good. Rebound. Sika boxed out Persall pretty well there. Now it gets down low to Sika. Nice cutting to Lehman. No good. Sika popped it in.
Colonia still trails 4-7 to Woodbridge. I mentioned Chad Baker coming in as a junior, replacing Chris Chapman.
Tipped by Colonia. Baker has a very nice game. In fact, when it was Thermitis and Sika out, Baker dominated because he was the tallest guy left on the court. And now number 0, Daniel Boateng, a freshman. Look how tall he is as a freshman only. Oh my gosh. Kid's going to have a good career. Got to watch the timing here, and he gets it into Henry. He fakes. Covered by Lehman. Out to Ubernique. Ubernique, B, not D, my bad. Nice shot by Kamari Persall. And he's the best scorer left for Woodbridge. Glover's good. Nesbitt's good, but now you get Persall, I think, is your best guy left. Going to be a foul on Persall. Don't want to get caught for those little cheapies this early. And the coach will take him out just because of that. He can't afford to lose him. In the game comes number 3, Jalen Himes, a junior. Another guy we're not used to saying, but when you're down 2 starters, you're going to see these names that don't play a lot normally.
Ball inbounded by Lehman to Valeriano. Nice three-point shot by Luke Valeriano for Colonia. Brings the score 9-7.
With a minute to go, it's...
minute to go in the first quarter.
5 points each for Valeriano for Colonia and Persall for Woodbridge. Leading their respective teams.
Point out why they just took a timeout. Eric LeGrand is in the house.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, 2000.
Oh, there he is. Oh, man.
From Colonia High School.
Cool. He's having some event in Woodbridge at the Hilton where he's, it's like, oh, you know what it is? It's the walk, the Christopher Reeve Foundation.
Yes.
And they're having a breakfast. I just signed on to talk at it, which is not that hard to talk about Eric LeGrand.
Yeah, no. He comes to a lot of events here.
Does he really?
Yep.
This is his alma mater. He's up there on the wall.
2008.
He wasn't a basketball player, but a standout football player, as evidenced by the fact that he played D1 at Rutgers, and a really good baseball player, too.
Tommy Mitch comes in at the end of the first quarter. Lehman goes out. Tim Carroll also comes in for Colonia. Places
Boateng, and he's fouled before on the floor.
Foul on Baker.
But just when we say it's a fast-paced game, boom, you get a bunch of fouls and slow it down. There's Kyle Anderson Jr. checking out the action. He's a coach up at Scotch Plains.
Less than a minute left in the first quarter.
Ibranike, Hines, Boateng, Persall, and Henry now for Woodbridge. There's Boateng at the top of the key. Takes Baker to the basket. No good. Too far. Rebound way up there is number 21, Connor Bevilacqua. So again, no Sika, no Thermitis. Mitch.
Luke's got to pop that.
Coach of Colonia, Brandon Hall, where he starred. And really starred. He was an amazing player. Bevilacqua, wanted to shoot it, but no, he walked.
Maybe?
Is that 0.6 seconds?
0.6 seconds.
No, it's not going to be easy. That's why Bevilacqua wanted to shoot. I'm sure he saw that. That'll be good if it goes. I mean, if it goes, you know what I meant. I don't know what I meant.
At the end of the first quarter, Woodbridge leads 9-7 here at Colonia High.
You know, Brandon Hall he was quoted in the paper one day and saying his best game is when it's in the 40s. He's not going to win a 60 to 58 game, but he could win a 44 to 39 game. Out now come the Colonia cheerleaders. We'll keep the camera on them and give them their chance to be seen on the great Woodbridge Channel's high school sports coverage on TV 35.
See Brandon Hall's mom walking in.
Oh, yeah?
Very over to the right. Very rare.
Oh, there she is.
Misses a game.
Oh, she doesn't miss.
Yeah, she's
cool. I love talking to her.
Yeah, it's a very nice lady.
Yeah, yeah. And her son's not playing. He's coaching. She doesn't miss the games.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, start of the second half now. 9-7 Woodbridge. On the court for the Barons. Number 1 is Kyrie Henry. Number 23, Kamari Persall. Number 11 is Kenny Ibranike. Number 3 is Jalen Himes, and number 0 is Daniel Boateng.
In Colonia, you got Frankie Lehman, number 11. You got Luke Valeriano, number 1. Christian Chapman, number 2, who just goes in for 2 points.
And ties it up.
Tim Carroll, number 12, and Chad Baker, 34.
Goaltending. I'd like to see that one again.
Yeah.
I know I said goaltending. I didn't mean that it was, but I know that's what they called. No, they didn't call. What am I saying? What did they call?
Young is still in possession of the ball.
Oh, they did give Woodbridge the ball, the bucket. Yeah, they did. So who's the guy that shot that? Was it Boateng?
Missed that. I was watching Baker.
I don't know who was shooting it, but I'm going to give it to Boateng. I've got to give it to somebody. First quarter scoring is pretty easy. Luke Valeriano had 5 and Chris Sika had 2 for Colonia. Woodbridge is almost as easy. 5 for Kamari Parsall, 2 for Kenny Ibernike, and 2 for Danny Thermitis.
Too low of a pass there for him to do anything.
Lehman, not a good shot. Gets the rebound though. Lehman out to
Tim Carroll.
Carroll, no good. Uh-oh, that's no good. They caught Boateng in an error. And Valeriano off the turnover gets his 7th point. Full court press there worked. They pressed the guy with the ball, and he made a bad pass, and Lehman picked it off.
Lehman picked it up and passed it on to Valeriano. Game is now tie 11-11. So while they're on a timeout, Brandon Hall's assistant is Gene Durkak, who also on the wall here for over 1,000 points in his career, but he's right now over at the Winter Olympics.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's who he works for. So he's out there for.
He works for who? The TV?
Yeah, for the Olympics.
He works for the Olympics. Gene Durkak?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, he's there for 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
Really, man? That's I just saw his wife with his daughter.
Yeah. You haven't seen him. He left.
Wow, that's great. What a great job.
Yeah, I think he left around the 7th of the month.
Oh wow, what a cool job. All expense paid trip.
Pyeongchang,
Pyeongchang, or whatever you pronounce it. I haven't been watching a lot of it, but I did see White with the half pipe. What do you call that?
Yeah, that.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was so cool. Blocked. Oh, that was accidental. That was not on purpose. Valeriano went down low and took the legs out from under number 3 for Woodbridge, which is Jalen Himes. This our first foul shots of the game?
Yes.
He's got 2. Lehman's got to be careful. He's got 2 with less than 2 minutes gone in the second. Henry up and in and out. In comes, no, not yet.
Yeah.
Thermitis ready to check back in. I don't understand why Thermitis is not in the game. But they know more than I do. Thermitis now is back, as is Tim Carroll. Out goes Daniel Boateng. Henry still at the line. And sinks 2. Woodbridge up by 2. Some token pressure now. Nice pass down low. It's good. Chad Baker with a deuce. His game is tied up again. Long shot. No good. Rebound, Carroll.
He had plenty of time to set his feet.
Yes, he did.
It looked good.
Well, we've been tied a lot already. Valeriano. I can't get his name out sometimes. Oh, good hustle by Valeriano and picked up by Carroll. Back to Valeriano and back to Chapman. Now he's going to take a second and regroup. Carroll. Sorry, you got Colonia.
That's okay.
Get excited.
I think that was about the 3rd time they got their ball back. There goes Chad Baker.
Nice shot by Chad Baker.
Colonia takes the lead now. It's 16-13.
Their biggest lead of the game.
With 5 minutes left of the second quarter.
Ibernike back to Himes. And back to Ibernike. Both sides playing pretty tough defense. Tough man-to-man. Thermitis looking for help. Gets it when Kyrie comes back. Nothing but air. And Thermitis with a great play, but he got it to the wrong guy. And then he's tripped up by Himes.
Was that on 3?
Fans yelling air ball. Sika back in the game now for Colonia. So it's Sika, Baker, Valeriano, Chapman, and Carroll. Woodbridge, it's Henry, Bader back in. Ibranike, Thermitis, and Persall back in. Sika loses the handle, gets it back to Chapman.
And Luke is going to drive that in. There he goes. Up the pass to Carroll.
Nice.
Baker
wide open. It's good. Baker's having a game. 2 3-pointers in a row, and Colonia opens up a 6-point lead. What great offense. What great ball movement. I'll tell you, this is a typical Woodbridge Colonia game. They just, in sports, it's a major rivalry. I say it all the time, they could play tiddlywinks and it would be a major rivalry and people would be in the stands cheering. Baker,
yeah, full house tonight.
Yeah, Baker leads all scorers now with 8.
Again, with 3.5 minutes to go, Colonia up by 6, 19-13 against Woodbridge.
Yep, still a pretty fast-moving game. It's under a half an hour so far, and it might finish under a half an hour in the first half.
The slowest part was just the last couple minutes.
Always.
Yep.
Woodbridge now comes on with Ibranike, Bader, Thermitis, Persall, and Henry.
Colonia with Luke Valeriano, Chad Baker, Christian Chapman, Tim Carroll, and Connor Bevilacqua.
It's a good timeout by Woodbridge. Slowed down the momentum a little. Baker off 2 straight threes. Bader up. What a good box by Chapman. He got his man out there and let it loose for the Colonia guy to pick up the rebound. I didn't see who it was. I was watching the box.
Tim Carroll did.
Tim Carroll did. Baker again. Nope, not this time. Rebound Henry. And Henry pops it in. Woodbridge needed that. That's a deuce. He's got 4, and there's a... Did that Carroll hit his head?
No, Bevilacqua.
Bevilacqua.
Bevilacqua coming out for Colonia.
Thomas Mitch ready to get in.
Yeah, I guess he hit his head on the bottom of the...
Yeah, it looked like that. Sure, they'll have to check him out. There's the trainer talking to him, giving him probably the same concussion protocol anybody would use. Uh-oh. A little too hard. Here comes Baker all alone down low, and it's good. He's got 10 points this quarter. Once again, no big men. I mean, Baker and Boateng are big men, but Sika and Thermitis are out.
Exactly.
I don't know why either one wouldn't want the mismatch of Thermitis against nobody that tall, or that's a foul, but it's good. No, on the floor. Is it good? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Who got that? It was Purcell, right?
Yeah.
I would think that somebody would want a mismatch. You know, Sika with nobody big in, or Thermitis with nobody big in. But that's why I'm up here and not a high school basketball coach. Purcell keeping Woodbridge in it. He's got 8.
Chapman's getting down the ball to Valeriano.
2 minutes left. Now it's getting more toward a normal game in terms of scoring.
Valeriano goes in for the drive.
He had that. He was a little too razzle-dazzle.
Down by
He
Bader.
should have just laid that up, and he kind of twirled it. I think they made a mistake there. Here comes the open. No, Bader doesn't shoot. And now he goes up too far under to make the shot.
Valeriano brings it up for Colonia.
Woodbridge not letting the Patriots take too big of a lead. It got up to 6.
Chapman.
That's not good. That was definitely not good. Ill-advised on that
shot. He was going to call him on a walk, but he didn't. Another minute left for the half.
Yeah. They're playing for the last shot. Seems like they are.
Yeah, they just keep swinging it.
Well, it guarantees them going in halftime with a lead if they do. And that seems to be the plan. Here comes Valeriano, gets it out to who else but Baker. Good three-pointer.
He's hot tonight.
Wow. And Chad Baker has a monster quarter with 13 of his team's 24 points. They had 7 at the end of the first quarter, and he got 13 himself in the second quarter. Oh, my goodness.
That'll end the half with Colonia with a lead of 24-18 over Woodbridge here at Colonia High.
Tell you what, folks, you don't want to leave this game. Stick with us. Guaranteed to be a good one. We'll be back for the second half.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to Colonia High School's basketball court, where the host Colonia Patriots have a 24-18 halftime lead over the visiting Woodbridge Barons. I'm John McCormick, joined by John Mitch, as we bring you the game in the, I guess it's the quarterfinals of the Middlesex County Greater Middlesex Conference tournament. Oh no, this is the round of 16 is what this is. That's right, this is the round of 16. Number 7, Colonia, playing number 10, Woodbridge. That's why Colonia is home. Woodbridge, number 23 with the ball. Kamari Purcell up and in. That's easy.
Ball gets inbounded by Christian Chapman for Colonia to Frank Lehman.
Woodbridge has Purcell. Number 11 is Kenny Iberike. 21 is Matthew Bader. 35 is Danny Thermitis. And 1 is Kyrie Henry.
Then down the Colonia lineup, Lehman number 11, Chapman number 2, Sika number 35, Valeriano number 1. As Chapman goes up for the 2-point basket. And last is Connor Bevilacqua, number 21.
First half scoring for the Patriots, 7 for Luke Valeriano, 2 for Christian Chapman, 2 for Chris Sika. I might have said 11 for Chad Baker. He had 13 in the second quarter. Didn't have any in the first quarter. 13 in the second quarter. That's 24. Purcell Purcell walked. Woodbridge first half scoring, Danielle Boateng 2, Kyrie Henry 4, Kenny Ibranike 2, Kamari Purcell 8, and Danny Thermitis 2. Tipped, but just a whistle. Travel. As we said before, Woodbridge missing, without a doubt, one of its better players. I don't know if I've seen enough to say who's the best player in Woodbridge, but Curtis Nesbitt is a star. He's out for his 4th straight game with a concussion, and they're also missing Keyshawn Glover for school reasons. He, the last 4 games, has been on fire, according to Coach Matt. Rebound Bader.
Bader and Woodbridge.
Good rebound. Rebound Sika. Colonia had that stretch where Baker hit 2 threes, put them up 6. They've been up and then back with that 6-point lead for the last while. But they're not putting Woodbridge away. They're staying in there. They're going to keep it. Seems like they're keeping it close enough to make a run.
The defense on both are doing very well. Chapman for the shot.
Chapman, no good. Rebound. Ibronike. Is it foul on Sika?
Foul on Sika, I believe. 35-35. Oh, no. It is, yep.
Yeah, it was a foul. Sika.
That's his first foul.
Wow, Purcell puts it up, no good.
Short. Woodbridge gets the rebound.
Good hustle by Valeriano, 1-against-1. Kyrie Henry against Valeriano. Here comes Frankie Lehman. Gets it in, pulls it back. Out to Carroll of Bevilacqua.
Circles the basket and quick exit for Bevilacqua.
Long 3, no good. Rebound Thermitis. Down low to Kyrie Henry for a deuce. And there's 4-point game. Woodbridge not going away. There's a wide open shot for Valeriano. No good. Good hustle by Bader. Good box.
Bader did, yep.
Very good box. Might have got away with a foul. He kind of had his hand around the other guy. Foul is going to be on Bevilacqua, I think. And now here comes the star of the game so far for Colonia, Chad Baker. He goes out, he goes in, Valeriano goes out. Baker has exactly half his team's points. Henry over to Thermitis. Oh,
there you go. Baker.
Good block by Baker. Wow.
Chapman comes up, drives the ball.
Nice play by Valeriano.
Chapman.
Oh, sorry, Chapman,
okay.
my bad.
Number 2, Christian
I always
Chapman.
confuse those.
Okay.
All year I've been doing that.
Chapman does that all the time. He can drive that ball right in.
Lead up, back up to 6.
That's the shot for Woodbridge.
Nothing. Wow, good play by Kyrie Henry. Good news for Woodbridge is the lead has not gotten above 6. The bad news for Woodbridge, the lead's been 6 for a long time. Pressure now by Woodbridge. Got Bevilacqua wide open. If they could dish it to him, he's fouled. Chapman on the drive, and he's fouled on the floor.
I think number 11. Yep. Number 11 for Woodbridge.
Which is Ibronike.
Lehman inbounds the ball to Baker.
No good.
Shy.
He looked like he might have been fouled, and he looked like he fouled. He went over the top, I thought. Kyrie Henry swatted by Sika. It looks like a foul.
Tim Carroll waiting to come in for Colonia.
Still a reasonably low-scoring game, which is what Coach Hall likes. Sika out, Tim Carroll. I'm sorry, you're the Colonia guy.
That's all right.
Get carried away.
Carroll in.
And Bader out, and Himes in. Jalen Himes. Tyree Henry sinks another free throw. He's got 7. There's only been 4 points all night on free throws for Woodbridge, none for Colonia. Oh, good steal by Henry. Let's see what he can do. He's got his man. Oh, he's fouled. He should have bounced past that forward.
That's fouled by Chapman.
I think it was Himes that was with him. I don't think anybody's got 3 fouls, do you?
Not yet. 2 on several, that's it.
It's a rare sight now with Thermitis in the game and Sika not. Let's say Sika and Baker are about the same size, but Sika probably has 60 pounds on him. Persol all by himself, up and in, no in. Rebound by Bevilacqua. Well, Tim Carroll wanted that ball. He was streaking down there, but it would have been a dangerous pass.
Lehman's going to slip.
Oh, nice play by Lehman, and a foul on Thermitis. Baker again.
That should be a 15 for him.
It's 15.
Nice pass on that by Frank Lehman.
Very nice pass. And a timeout. I guess it was Woodbridge with the timeout, right?
Yes. Just mentioning Frank Lehman, a senior here at Colonia, so he's signed with Caldwell University to play baseball.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's a pitcher, right? A very good pitcher.
School, yes.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else on Colonia going anywhere with?
That's all I know of right now. Not just him. Actually, I'm not sure what position he's going to be playing at Caldwell. Actually, he's shortstop.
Doesn't he pitch too?
He pitches too.
But he's going as a shortstop.
Not sure what position he's going as. You know, he signed a couple months ago.
That's good. Woodbridge now has Baker, Ibrike, Himes, Thermitis, and Persol.
Baker puts the extra shot in. Now Colonia has an 8-point lead.
Biggest lead of the game for the Patriots with under 3 minutes to go in the third. Woodbridge needs to keep this at under 8 after the 3. He's got to get the lead down. Persol. Boateng. It's blocked by Baker again, but Baker with a defensive move. A block again by Baker. Boy, he's so lanky and agile. Persol blocked again by Baker. Oh, is he hurt? Yeah, he's limping. Uh-oh. That's not good for Colonia. Well, he's back. He's back. Did they call goaltending? They wanted to call goaltending. I saw Coach Giolello looking for it, but I didn't think it was. Persol sings 1. He's got 11. He leads No, he's tied. It's he leads Woodbridge. And Woodbridge needed those 2. Only Henry and Persol have scored this quarter for Woodbridge. Actually, only Chapman and Baker have scored this quarter for Colonia. Lehman tipped, and it's out.
Inbounded by Luke Valeriano for Colonia.
Lead once again 6. It's been 6 for most of the last quarter and a half. I mean, up and down a little bit, but average 6.
Yeah, that 8-point lead was short-lived. Baker just waiting for that ball.
Here comes Carroll. No good. Gets his own rebound. You don't see that often.
He stays in.
Oh, he wants it.
He gets a foul. There you go. Guessing Woodbridge is objecting to the call. Jim Carroll puts his shot up, makes the basket.
That's his first points of the night.
And he puts in his second basket. Lehman comes out. Mitch comes in for Colonia.
So we have Boateng, Ibranike, Persall, Himes, and Henry for Woodbridge.
Mitch, Carroll, Valeriano, Chapman, and Baker for Colonia.
Colonia starts with some pressure, but now lays back and goes across half court. No press. What was that?
What was that call?
Foul on Colonia. Number 1.
Luke, yeah. That's his second.
2's okay. Mitch almost stole it. Gets called for the foul.
It should be his second foul. Looks like Bader coming in for Woodbridge.
Out goes Himes. Kyrie Henry sinks another one. That's his 4th free throw. He's got 8. He's got 9. Lead. Guess what the lead is? They got it across. He got it, but not by much. Travel. Tried to do a little too much there, I think. 38 seconds to go. Woodbridge would love to cut the lead at the end of the third quarter to less than 6. Let's see what they can do. See if they hold for the last shot. Oh man, that was not enough. Boateng. What happened there? Bevilacqua Lehman back in the game for Colonia. Himes. And I don't know who else came in. I guess Ibranike came in. I don't understand the lack of thermitis in this game. He's not getting as many minutes as I would think he should. Nice Lehman. No, doesn't make it run. Doesn't make it go. Bader. Long range. Kyrie Henry, no good. Oh, wow. What a Fast ending, but the score is still a 6-point game. Colonia 33 and Woodbridge 27. Don't go anywhere. Let's leave it on and let's see the cheerleaders again. The Colonia cheerleaders. Now let's give you some third quarter stats for Woodbridge. Boateng 2. Kyrie Henry has 9. Kenny Ibernike has 2. Kamari Persall has 12. And Danny Thermitis has 2. Let's see if that works. 11, 23, 25, 27. That's good. And for Colonia, Luke Valeriano still at 7. Tristan Chapman had 4 there and brought him up to 6. Timmy Carroll had 2 free throws. Chris Sika still got 2. And Chad Baker up to 16. He leads everybody. That's 20, 33. That's good. Always nice when I can add.
Baker has the ball now for Colonia. Pass it to Valeriano. Rest of the 5 is Lehman and Carroll and Chapman. I said Bevilacqua, not Carroll.
All the really big men out now except Chapman. I mean, Baker. No Thermitis, no Boateng, and no Sika. Warming might have traveled, yep. Colonia came in with the number 7 seed at 12 and 8. Woodbridge came in with the 10 seed at 12 and 9. I know it's the, I guess it's the gold division has to get either one of the top 8 seeds, so almost always in the county tournaments, no matter what the sport, the number 8 seed is a gold division team. Rebound by Ibernike, swatted away by Baker. Baker is on fire at both ends of the court. Oh my goodness.
All those bodies under there, no foul. That was
long
great.
Range, good!
3-point.
Luke Valeriano, that's a dagger to Woodbridge. Opens up a 9-point lead with 6.5 to go. Nothing doing. Rebound. Look how high he got up. Oh my goodness. 3 misses.
Baker in there.
Who else but Baker?
Yeah.
Boy, that kid's got MVP tonight all over him. And if the game ended now, he would. Oh, all alone, Valeriano.
Look at that.
Wow.
Nice move over there.
Nice ball movement. He didn't let the Woodbridge guy get the defense on him. No good. Rebound, Carroll, and he's fouled. Taken down by Bader. Jump ball. Yeah, I guess it was a jump ball. It was a good call. See if these teams can keep their tempers under control now. It won't be easy.
It's going to be a long 6 minutes.
It is Colonia Woodbridge. Henry drives, tries to get it down, and he's fouled before. No, offensive.
Yeah.
Offensive against Henry. Wow. Everything going Colonia's way now with their biggest lead of the game at 38-27. And as we said before, this is Brandon Hall's kind of game. This is what he wants to coach.
Absolutely.
So what's with the dinosaur? What does that got to do with a Patriot?
I have no idea. Maybe he got lost on the parkway.
I don't know if you guys can see the camera, but there's somebody in a dinosaur outfit, and I don't get it.
Made a wrong turn.
Yeah. Maybe there's a team called the Raptors. Nice pass. Oh, wow. Bader
takes the foul.
He committed the foul, no doubt. I thought there he might have got away with not committing one, but he did. He had to. That was a guaranteed deuce.
Against Valeriano for Colonia. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Colony with an 11-point lead and their best scorer at the line. Now Daniel Boateng comes in, the tall, lanky freshman.
Haber comes out. Valeriano misses both shots. Gets him for...
Wow, he called it out from all the way over there?
He did.
Coach Matt Gugliello is really technical. Yeah, it's just saying he's really getting in the ref's face. And before I could say it, the T came out.
Yeah, that was quick.
And it's Chapman at the line for the free throw.
Yeah. And to his credit, he's been doing very well with them.
They're still yakking. They better shut up.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, all the adults in the room are going to have to be on full alert now.
He said it was going to be a long 6 minutes.
Yes, you were right. You were right.
So again, a tech on Woodbridge's coach. Chapman for Colonia to the line. Takes his first foul shot. Makes it. Okay.
Makes one, brings the lead up to 12, but they'll have the ball. They're still jawing. Bevilacqua taking the ball out. Daniel Boateng, the freshman, on him. Woodbridge has Boateng, Persol, Henry, DeBronique, and Himes.
Bevilacqua inbounds the ball to Valeriano. Turns it over quickly to Lehman for Colonia.
Colonia should be in no hurry to shoot now. They should be taking a minute off the clock every chance they get. The clock is their friend. Let's see what they do. They take the shot, no good.
Doesn't make it.
A kick.
Went off Valeriano's foot.
Henry really fired that ball down on a bounce pass, but it caught Valeriano in the foot, and now Persol will take it out into DeBronique. Looked like partially blocked there. Rebound Bevilacqua. Now you're looking at a team that scored 27 points in 27 minutes, and they have to score 12 to tie it in 5 minutes and plus match whatever Colonia scores. So the numbers really against Woodbridge right now with the game they're playing. Here comes Baker out to a nice play. I like that. I like that. Didn't take the shot. Lehman pops it in. He was wide open. No reason not to take that. That's his first points of the game for Lehman. The lead up to 14.
41-27, lead of 14 points.
Now, if you're Woodbridge, you got to look at the numbers and say, wow, we need a miracle. We have to shut them down and find an offense that they really haven't had in a while. Persol, their best scorer, with 12. Henry with 9. Has not scored. Woodbridge has not scored this quarter. I just noticed as I'm adding up the numbers. Woodbridge has not scored, and there goes the darn dragon again. Not a dragon, dinosaur. What am I saying? Show the dinosaur. What's he doing here?
He made the wrong turn.
You got to get a guy with a Revolutionary War outfit, a patriot, Colonia Patriots, not the Colonia Dinosaurs.
I know we're catching him from TV 35. Hopefully, we also caught Eric LeGrand earlier.
Oh, yeah, let's see if he can get over here in the corner. Right? Yeah, all the way in the corner, our man.
Again, the 2008 graduate from Colonia High School.
One of the best guys I've met since I became mayor. Just wonderful, wonderful guy.
We got him over there. Thank you to TV 35.
Woodbridge down 14 with Kenny Bernique, Jalen Himes, Kamari Pearsall, Matthew Bader, and Daniel Boateng. Long shot, no good. Rebound Bader. Puts it back up, blocked by
Baker, right?
Baker again. Bevilacqua on the ground.
Bader and Bevilacqua on that ball.
Baker's doing everything in this game.
And as you said before, and as a junior, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
He's got a great career here ahead of him.
He's very skinny, so if he wants to go anywhere after high school, I'm sure he's going to have to bulk up. But he's got a nice game. Leads all scorers with 16. Pearsall leads Woodbridge with 12.
Minutes left. I don't think Brandon Hall's going to use much of his bench.
I think Woodbridge obviously now needs a miracle. It is the starters in the game for Colonia, except Sika out and Baker in. But Baker, he ain't going anywhere.
No, this is his night. Frank's taking a walk over there. He's in no rush.
And I like the way they're playing it. A very patient offense, not going out of their way to shoot. Lehman laid one in, but it was nobody near him, so that's okay. But the way Baker pulled out the other, a minute ago, the way he pulled away, very impressive. Very, very mature, controlled,
absolutely
run the clock game.
Valeriano up to 2 points. He's
got 14. Well, he's almost tied with Baker for 16 at the team lead. Long, good for Kamari Pearsall. And that is Woodbridge's first points of the fourth quarter, 4.5 minutes in. It was 33-27, and Colonia's on a 10-3 run in the fourth quarter. Some of the stands starting to clear out. That's probably helpful because...
less than 3.5 minutes to go. A couple people just exited.
Now I parked with my car facing where I can get right out to Inman Avenue because I don't want to go the other way.
Woodbridge's principal was here, Glenn Lotman.
Yep, Ken Pace is over there.
Ken Pace is here. Ken, played basketball as well.
He was a coach here, right?
Yes, he was.
I didn't cover games back then, but from everything I heard, he was an outstanding coach. Did he have a county champion?
And I don't know.
I kind of want to think he did. Well, look at the scores up there. So for Colonia, 1,000 points, you got C. Frank, don't know him. Mike Payne, W. Payne, don't know what his first name is. Gary Battle, Bobby Tominski, Gene Durkak, Justin Chiera, Nick Smith, C.J. Gray, stripped away. J.J. Corbett and Chase Barney's, and on the girls' side, I know Tiffany McDaniel. What's that? C. Flisek and C. Zarski. They go back to 1978 and 75. I was in high school then. It's a long time ago.
I knew the Paynes from high school.
Yeah, Paynes, yeah. The dad's very involved. with the Hall of Fame committee. Lehman pops one in. Here comes Boateng back in. Out goes
number 3,
Himes.
Lehman goes 2 for 2 on his foul shots. I think that gives him 4 for the night. And just over 3 minutes left. Colonia up by 15. Woodbridge in possession of the ball.
So it really came down to that spurt when Baker had those 2 threes. It was 18-18. He made it 24-18. Here comes Henry up and no good. He made it 24-18, and then Woodbridge only got to a 5-point deficit at one point, but everything after that was 6 or above. So that was the big spurt for Colonia that did it. Baker put those 2 threes. The place went wild. And Woodbridge, as we said, shorthanded. It's hard to play without one of your best guys in Curtis Nesbitt. He does everything. And Keyshawn Glover, another starter. So 2/5 of your starting lineup out of the game. It's tough to come in, play a higher-seeded team on the road without 2 of your 5.
Number 1, Henry taking his foul shots here. That was Bevilacqua's first foul of the game.
Over the top for Himes. I'm sure that was I think that was the call. Not I hope. I think. I still don't understand Thermitis not being in the game more.
Christian Chapman goes to the line.
I hope they don't turn this into a foul fest at the end. I mean, you're not going to cut a 15-point deficit with 3 minutes. I mean, I've seen 5th grade Mayor's Trophy games where the refs just go crazy calling fouls at the end. It's like, give us a break. You get 8 games in a row. In the first game, they have an hour and a half because of fouls in a 30-point game.
Chapman for 2 more points.
Chapman, he's got 9. Boateng, no good.
I think Lehman had his hand on that ball, too. That might have been part of the reason that didn't go in.
Woodbridge, fierce defense. Colonia breaks it.
Oh, there we go. Bevilacqua for 2. Nice pass from Luke Valeriano.
And that's Bevilacqua's first points of the game. He's had a nice game. He's been evident. We've called him a lot, but that's actually his first points. I guess it's good to see he's okay, right? We didn't mention that because he came out and they were looking him over. He
hit his head earlier. That's his second foul.
Technical.
Is that on Bader?
Looked like it's on Bader. He was John. So is Lehman. Maybe it's a double technical. I don't know. Stupid. Just stupid. It's a 19-point game. There's 2 minutes left. Everybody shut up.
He's still out questioning the ref. I don't think,
looks like he's lining up to shoot a foul shot.
Yeah, it's not on Bader.
Bader and Lehman were bumping each other.
Right, if you saw the ref when Bader's taking his shots,
Maybe he hit Lehman with the tee.
It looked like when he motioned the tee, he pointed to both.
You're right about the last 6 minutes. The last 12 minutes has been brutal. The refs can't seem to decide what's going on here. Now they're back. Bader's going to shoot a foul shot. Coach Brandon Hall, I'm not sure if he's calling a player. He has his hands in the air in exasperation. He's trying to get the attention of the ref, and now we got the explanation. No good. Over the top. Oh, man.
Is that Henry?
No, that's number 2. He's new.
3.
Oh, 3. That's Hines.
Hines.
He went up and he was undercut. It wasn't a purposeful play. He just went up so high. He's hurt. He came down hard. And Jalen Himes is limping off. They got to get him out of the game. So far, no move. Here comes. Now they put Thermitis back in. I'm sorry, Boateng back in. Let's hope Himes is okay. Trainer coming over to check on him. Bader gets his first points of the game. Point of the game, I should say. Woodbridge pressure. Broken. Colonia.
Luke gets out of that.
Good play by Valeriano. Carroll. Nice. Out to Chapman. Nice movement. Not letting them get a foul in. There's 2 fouls in a row they didn't call. 2 minutes left. This is going to be a tense last 2 minutes. So what did they call? It's a ball off on Colonia, I guess. I didn't see a foul call. Long three. No good. Rebound to Valeriano.
For a guy who's not tall, boy, he can jump.
Yeah, he sure can. That's a foul, by Bader. No, by 21. Yeah, Bader.
He didn't call it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're not calling it. Yeah. Here comes, he wanted it. Good play by Baker. He's showing some poise and maturity here. The whole Colonia team really is. They're very, very disciplined right now. And there's a foul. No, I guess not. Timeout, Colonia. Bader got away with a couple fouls in a row there. I mean, I like that. I mean, let's face it, it's an 18-point game. What's the point in putting everybody to the line? We said it before, so I can't complain about that. I'm actually happy about that. But he was really hitting them.
Colonia now is going to clean their bench. They're going to put in
number 23, Tim Rodriguez. Number 10, Timmy Meehan. Number 30, Hugo, Steve Carrasio.
Then you got Ori. Then you got Ola.
Number 3, Ola Aradegby.
Yep, and his brother Ori coming in, number 20.
And number 10 is, I said Timmy Meehan.
You said Timmy, yep. That's tough.
Woodbridge cleared the bench too. Let's give you these guys. Number 5 is Trace Reyes. Number 25 is Mike Medvitz. Let's see who else is that. That's Kyrie Henry. Number 24 is Justin Smith.
There we go.
Number 3 with a bucket. That is Ola Aradegby. Kyrie Henry long. No, he made it, and Meehan fouled him. It's a 4-point play, I think. So it's Henry, Justin Smith, Trace Reyes, Daniel Boateng, and Mike Medvitz. Henry good. So Henry's got a 4-point play. 16-point lead. Let's just get this over.
Rodriguez to Meehan.
That'll do it. No more defense. And Colonia takes a 51-35 victory over the undermanned Woodbridge team and moves on to the Elite 8 in the county tournament. So they make the quarterfinals. All about Chad Baker with 16. Luke Valeriano with 14.
Again, started off as a very low-scoring game.
Yeah, it did.
And they got to 51 real quick after.
It sure did. It sure did. What was it? The first quarter was 9-7. The second half was the first half was 24-18. So the second half really were all the points, more points were scored than the first, obviously. And Colonia comes away. Your final thoughts on the game, John?
I pretty much expected with the 2 from Woodbridge not being here.
Right.
Kind of assumed Colonia was going to prevail. They certainly came out at the end of the game.
Yep, it's tough to play without your guy like Curtis Nesbitt and a player like Keyshawn Glover. But Woodbridge hung on, kept it within 6 until right at the end, toward the end in the fourth quarter, and then Colonia just pulled away. Thanks for watching, folks. Keep an eye on Colonia the rest of the way. They're in the final 8 as the 7th seed. We'll maybe call some. They won't have any more home games, but we'll see what we can do if they go further. Thanks for watching.